Can you only imagine if that little spoiled brat Dudley Dursley was actually accepted to Hogwarts? One of the reasons Harry Potter's Aunt Petunia was so cold towards him was due to the fact that his mother Lily basically got to live the dream of being a witch, while Petunia was born with no magical powers. Then Harry's off to Hogwarts to enjoy and learn all about the beauty that is magic, while her son Dudley was in the exact same position she was in. Not that he cared so much anyway. Now, it's a topic that I touched base on in a previous video a few years back, but today's video is different. Today's video is about going into great detail on how events would have changed had Dudley Dursley been accepted to Hogwarts. It still doesn't feel right saying those words, does it? But how would he be treated? What house would he be sorted into? Gryffindor? Slytherin? Would he still be a bully? Would his attitude change? Well, I'm going to address all of those questions in the forthcoming video. So with that being said, welcome back to the world of Harry Potter, everyone. Dudley Dursley is a wizard, he's going to Hogwarts, and it's time to discuss how everything changes. Enjoy the video. Okay everyone, let's get started. So here's the thing, this all begins with Petunia. We need to look at things from her perspective in order to understand how big a deal this is for her with Dudley being born magical. Okay, so Petunia didn't mistreat Harry for no reason. She had, in her mind, a very valid reason for her coldness towards her nephew. Her behaviour, however, was still so wrong on so many levels, and in my opinion she should have been given jail time, but that's not here or there. What's in front of us is that valid reason, and I say that with air quotes because it's only valid in her mind. That reason was jealousy. Out and out jealousy of her sister, Harry's mother, Lily. Lily had been born with the gift of magic. Lily got to go to Hogwarts and study magic. She got to become a first-rate witch, experience the wizarding world, and have an extraordinary life. Petunia, born from the same parents, had all the opportunities Lily was given, yet she was the one who didn't get the magical gift. She was the one who had to settle for mediocrity, and she heavily resented Lily for that. It wasn't fair. And you know what, guys, maybe it wasn't fair on Petunia, but how she handled herself in the coming years robbed her of any sympathy from the reader. So upset at the thought of Lily going to Hogwarts and not her too, that Petunia even wrote to Albus Dumbledore asking him for permission to attend, to which the headmaster gently rebuffed her request due to the simple fact she had no magic within her. This hardened Petunia. It hardened her to the point where she turned her back on anything magical and looked at Lily with heavy animosity and bitterness. She transferred that bitterness onto Lily's son Harry when taking custody of him after his mother's death. It's the sole reason why she spoiled Dudley beyond any measurable account and gave Harry nothing. She wanted to make Harry feel how she felt all those years ago. Over the years, Petunia notices flashes of magic around Dudley, but puts it down to Harry being so near. So you can imagine her shock and bewilderment to receive not one, but two Hogwarts letters in the door, one for Harry and one for Dudley. After the initial amazement of what she held in her hand had sank in, Petunia would be absolutely bursting with pride that her son, her Dudley, would be going to Hogwarts, that this was the universe making things right for all the pain and disappointment she felt within herself for so many years. Can you imagine it, Vernon? A Dursley attending Hogwarts. My boy, my son, a wizard, magical. He'll be great, you know, says Vernon. Didn't think you were the only one, boy, did you? Directed at Harry, who, having no knowledge of magic, the wizarding world, or his heritage, is thinking, what is Hogwarts? They've all gone mad. Petunia, only realising that Harry had no knowledge of anything, would then have to sit him down and explain the truth about what really happened. That his mother and father were a wizard and a witch, that they were killed protecting him, and that he and Dudley are wizards and are going to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So the whole ordeal of burning Harry's letters and hiding everything from him, that wouldn't have happened. Which means the Dursleys wouldn't have moved away from Privet Drive in the first place, and Hagrid wouldn't have needed to go look for Harry in order to inform him he was a wizard and that he was going to Hogwarts. Now, they'd all attend Diagon Alley as a four-piece, and Petunia would be completely stunned at the High Shopping Street. It was all she ever wanted to see, all she ever wanted to experience, and here she was, with her son, about to spend an absolute fortune on making sure that her boy would have everything. Now, the first thing she'd buy Dudley would be a statement purchase. The Nimbus 2000, the fastest broom in the world, directly in the bag for her boy. To many a head turn, and to a smug look on Dudley's face. Hagrid would also arrive in the alley to introduce himself to Harry and help him with his shopping, as he had Harry's bank vault key. And don't forget, I'm sure Dumbledore didn't feel Harry would be treated as equally as his cousin, and he was right. Dudley's wand, I believe, would be cherry wood, for his own desire to be lethal with a weapon, and the core would be unicorn hair, as it was not prone to mishandling and also not prone to performing dark spells very well. Dudley was annoying and he was jealous of Harry, but he wasn't evil. Now, here's the thing. Petunia's attitude could go one of two ways. She could warm up to Harry a little. She'd realise that when it comes to Muggleborns, that it really is a lottery. Dudley is just as magical as Harry and has every chance to possibly even better his cousin at wizardry. The second way actually stems from a previous sentence. Petunia could become overly concerned with pushing Dudley to beat Harry in all of his subjects and be even colder to Harry, try to alienate him in order to give her son the advantage. Harry's mother may have achieved more than her sister, but that wouldn't be happening with the current generation, not on Petunia's watch. But guys, I'll ask you yourself to decide what route you believe Petunia would go down. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, moving on. At King's Cross, Harry and Dudley both notice Molly Weasley instructing her children to run through the platform and follow her lead, like Harry originally did in the original timeline, and he'd meet Ron along the way. On board the Hogwarts Express, it's only fitting that Dudley and Harry would share a carriage. He'd make insults about Harry's robes, questioning where Harry would have gotten the money to afford brand new everything. New robes, shoes, books, an owl, adding that he knows his parents certainly wouldn't have paid for it. Ron would then immediately take a disliking to Dudley. The same situation would have occurred with Hermione entering the carriage, making acquaintances as she originally did. During the sorting ceremony, Hermione, Ron and Harry would all be sorted into Gryffindor as normal. At this point, Dudley would become a little nervous as the only 3 students he'd spoken to were all sorted into one house. He wouldn't want to be on his own. Although he bullies Harry and gives him a hard time, he'd rather bully close to home. So what house would he be in? Well, he wouldn't make Slytherin because of his Muggle-born status. He wasn't the most intelligent person in the world either. He was spoiled, self-centered, and would probably sell anyone over if it meant he could get ahead. Therefore, that would rule out Ravenclaw, and it would rule out Hufflepuff. Dudley did crave attention and glory. He did value bravery. He wanted to display it, similar to how Peter Pettigrew did. So I feel he'd be sorted into Gryffindor, along with his cousin. I know there's going to be a few of you who will disagree, but out of all of the houses, Hufflepuff is the least suitable for Dudley. So please hold back the Hufflepuff comments that I feel many of you are going to give. As I said, he'd rather pester Harry than anyone else as it's easier. The dysfunctional relationship is already established and he'd want to appear stronger than Harry. He would want to be a better wizard, or at least appear as one. Dudley would also be present during several of Draco Malfoy and Harry's confrontations, in public support of Draco, which the latter would notice. I wouldn't rule out Dudley spying on Harry for Draco at some point either. He'd also try out for Quidditch on his Nimbus 2000, probably wanting to show off, although he'd struggle due to him not being the most athletic person. He'd still lie about it to his parents and tell them that Quidditch was too boring or something along those lines, it just wasn't for him. During the Christmas period, Harry, hating everything about Privet Drive and the people that lived there, would prefer to stay at school, while Dudley would be whisked home to his doting mother and father, who are eagerly awaiting his verdict on his first semester in Hogwarts. I also believe Dudley would actually struggle on returning to the school after the break. He was a spoiled little brat who had everything done for him: his cooking, his cleaning, his ironing, his laundry, his bed being made. The boy had no self-discipline. Even with Harry's defeat of Voldemort at the end of the school year, Dudley, after aiding the trio in the smallest and simplest of ways, like distracting a teacher or opening a door or something, would paint a heroic picture to his parents that he helped fight off the Dark Lord, to which Petunia and Vernon would hail their son as a brave hero, and it was no surprise he was a Gryffindor. Anyway guys, with that being said, that is my take on what would happen if Dudley Dursley was actually a wizard and how year 1 would play out. That's just year 1. And if you want me to do year 2 and the years that follow, let me know in the comment section below. I could turn this into a little mini series. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and don't forget, be happy. Thank you so much for watching, I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever, so please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do, it's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content, so if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.